the Constitution and government of the United States,
the Constitution and government of the United States,
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada,
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada,
against all enemies, whether domestic or foreign.
Against all enemies, whether domestic or foreign.
Class 01P 2018. They started in August of 2018 and finished just today.
How long is the actual training for the class instruction?
Nearly just shy of 6 months. They're cross-trained category 1, 2, and 3, so we could use them in any capacity. They can double as jail deputies if we were short or for whatever, if we had an emergency in the jail that we needed extra staff, they can be used in that capacity as well. The requirement to become a peace officer is that they have to graduate from a certified academy, so they did that, and they took our final exam, which passed them from our academy. They're then eligible to take the state certification exam, and they did that both in the same day.
All right, and these officers, I'm sure, passed with flying colors?
Yeah, the scores are really well. For giving the academic award, it was really tough because they were all in the mid-90s.
The kind of class leader, I know that you have an official award for her. She came up here and gave some real inspirational words, and I believe her name is Morgan Hines. She's the oldest one in the class. Can you explain that a little bit more? She was talking about some of the other officers being like the age of her children.
The age range of our class is pretty broad. We have somebody who's just over 21, and then Morgan Hines is in her mid-40s, and they all just have the desire to do good things for the community and help people.
They have a lot to do with people who might have mental health issues, and that's a lot of what street officers have to deal with. Can you explain that a little bit more and what that training was like?
They get elaborate training on how to deal with the mentally ill because, as you're probably aware, we face that a lot out in our community. We see it a lot in the jails and we see it a lot on the streets, so it's really imperative that we make sure that they're prepared for those kinds of situations. They've received training in just about every legal category that I could think of: Constitution law, particular statutes, particular chapters of the Nevada Revised Statutes, as well as tactics and techniques to accomplish the job. And a big emphasis is on officer safety because obviously we want them to go out there and be safe and come home every night.
And some of the things that seems to be, especially when they're out there in the field training, is going to be how to deal with different situations, but they also get to know the general public here in our town, right? Because it seems that that community policing and getting to know our residents is very important.
We put a lot of emphasis on the customer service and respecting the people. It's just been something that's been important in my career, and fortunately I'm in a position where I can pass that mentality on to future generations.
We had some openings in the Nye County Sheriff's Office over the past few years. We're still, I'm sure, short at this time. When do you think the next academy is going to start, or are you been looking into that right now?
We will never be fully staffed. As soon as we can get several trained, we lose various others for one reason or another: retirement, discipline issues, or just they move on to bigger and better things.
These officers will be in Pahrump, though?
They're all assigned to the Pahrump area currently, but they'll be cross-trained and they'll be familiar with all of the areas of Nye County. And our next academy is being planned for October right now.
So how can people find out?
Keep watching the Nye County website, and the job postings will come up at that when they're open.